Amanda, the Botanical Brunette, and welcome to my channel. So we're going to be doing a plant chores video today. I am actually going to be out of town. I'm going up to my home state of New Hampshire. I have a whole list of things that I need to get done before I head up to New Hampshire. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to also show you guys what I do when I leave for vacation. I go out of town a lot, so I've kind of tried to master keeping my plants alive for at least a week without me. So the first thing that I need to do, and you guys probably already know this, is we have to water all of my plants. So I'm gonna go around and I'm basically going to check all my plants and make sure that they are good with water. I am basically going to be watering every single one of my plants. Even the ones that don't typically need water, I have a few that I have recently watered, like within the last maybe 5 days. But I'm going to give them just a little bit of water on the topsoil. That way it kind of stays moist, but I'm not going to like thoroughly water it. Also with watering all my plants, that means I have to soak all of my air plants. I have like over 20 air plants, so I'll go over the process of kind of how I take care of them. I'm gonna give them a really good long soak, and then I'll kind of show you how I do the drying process with them and everything. And then I also need to clean and fill all my propagations. You'll see in this video that like with my propagations, I don't typically like to pot up my propagations before I leave. I like to kind of leave them in the water just because I feel like that's safer. When you propagate your plants in water, there's so many things that can happen. Like you can get root rot, or the plant may not take to the soil. If you have a moss propagation, those actually can live in moss. Just make sure that you have like a terrarium over it. But for water propagations, I like to leave them in the water just because I really don't want to have to come back to plants like that. Whenever I plant any of my water propagations, I always make sure that I keep an eye on them because you never know what's going to happen. Also with that, I'm going to make sure that my moss propagations are not dried out. So I have a few in little mini terrariums that I've kind of created, and I'm going to just basically give them a little mist just to make sure that they don't dry out while I'm gone. I have some corms that are still going, and I have a couple plants that I'm trying to revive, so I want to make sure that they're not going to die. I'll show you kind of what I do with that. I won't fully soak the moss unless the moss is completely dry, but I'll show you what I do. It's a little trick that I do before I head out on vacation just to keep the moss propagations really humid and really moist. And I have a couple things here and there that I need to do. My Viditarifolium, I need to push back. I actually need to put that in a different spot because it's actually loving where it's at, but it's growing such long leaves that I'm afraid that the newest leaf that's coming out is going to hit the floor, and I don't want it to snap or anything like that. So I'm gonna have to like push that back. I'm gonna like clean the shelves and stuff like that. Just kind of your basic like clean up your plant room, because if you're anything like me, I want to make sure that my house is spotless. That way when I come back to a clean, fresh house after being on vacation, especially if you're traveling by plane and stuff. It's just so tiring. This is going to be kind of a vibey, kind of chill plant chores, but basically this is just going to be just a kind of cute lo-fi aesthetic, just kind of chill plant chores video. If you have plant chores to do and you want to get them done with me, let's do them together. But without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go take care of these plants. that was a full-on project. Basically, that's what I do when I go on vacation. These are basically the things that I do, some of the chores that I kind of try to get done before I leave. That way I'm confident that my plants will at least survive without me for a week. If you're gone maybe longer than a week or maybe a week and a half, I would have someone check in, try to see if there's a family member that you can train on how to water your plants. Or you can also do the wicking method where you take like a rope or string or like basically a wicking type of thing. They actually have like these like wick things that you can buy on Amazon, and you just basically put it in a bucket of water and the plants take up the water. There'll be times where I am going to be away for a couple weeks, so I'm gonna have to test that out and see if that works. But that's basically it. Those are the plant chores that I do before I go away. Let me know in the comments if there is any like tips that you guys have, or if you basically kind of like this style of video. I wanted to make this video kind of calm and kind of relaxing. Also a video to kind of just throw it in the background if you want to do your own plant chores. I also didn't really think that it would take me a full 2 days. It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day by the time I got done, and I started yesterday at like 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's been a process. I mean, I have over 100 plants, so it's gonna take a while to really get them in shape. There is some things that I haven't done that I should get done, but it's not gonna get done until I get back. Like my fiddly fig in my room probably needs a good wipe down. It's been a while and my room tends to get kind of dusty, so it's definitely gonna be overdue by the time I get back, but it will be fine. I mean, it will be okay for a week while I'm gone. I might just take like a dry rag and kind of wipe it off, but to get the neem oil water out and stuff, it's a process, especially since the fiddly fig is so big. But that's basically it. Like that's what I do before I leave. I'm gonna go because I am very tired, but I hope you guys all have a great day and stay botanical.